trying to I'm actually looking for like the timing marks. I think there's the point right here. May have broken off. Oh no, it's on top. All right. Let's see if I can get it to spin. All right. Nothing there. I'm gonna have to crank it to see if I can get the. I'm trying to get the harmonic to come down to this point so I can scrape off some of the rust, so I'm able to see where the timing's at. I'm not gonna check for dwell because it is electronic and vacuum advanced, so it doesn't need it. I was gonna hook up my tack just to see where the tack's at, but yeah, I'll just figure it out. That's cool. That's cool.
So when you sand it,
so what I'm sanding right now, I'm just pretty much just taking off the layer of rust. Now, in a minute, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove as much rust as I can, and then I got one of these paint markers, so I'm gonna squeeze some paint in there so I can see the timing marks that are on the harmonic, just to make sure that it's all right. Then, if that's cool, I'll check to see the carburetor and go ahead and adjust the air fuel mixture on there, because it just seems like it pops a little bit. Doesn't shut off too bad. It actually, I thought it was going to sputter out yesterday after I adjusted the idle speed, but it was pretty cool, pretty good. The only thing is that I smell that it's running a little rich, and these older Fords tend to be, they tend to run lean for economic reasons, and obviously for emission purposes. But since we don't have to go to emissions with it, that's one thing. The other thing is just that I hate the smell of gas as you're driving. Plus, it's just as much fun as it can be. Yeah, you don't want to be spending $90 on a trip to the gas station all the time. So, there we go. Look at all the space down here. Wow. For most cars, you just have to take off this crap around there just to get at it. But right here, that's perfect. Fire her up, warm her up, and then we'll check timing. Give it a little bit of gas. We're gonna let her warm up, and then we're gonna observe if our choke's working properly. Our choke gets fed heat off the manifold down there, so when it's warmed up, this guy should be flat. Our butterfly here should be completely open. If he's not working properly, we're gonna have to go ahead and see why. Probably a diaphragm or probably the whole thing replacement, but we gotta let him warm up. As you can hear, he's starting to kick up in RPM, so let's see what she does. Right now, what I'm going to do, man, I'm just going to go through some of the electronics as I started finishing up and wrap this one up. Lights, hazards, headlights, all that good stuff. Make sure everything's pretty much buttoned up and ready to go for him, so you can go ahead and cruise around on it. So while she warms up, that's what I'm going to do. That should work. That works. on my parking lights. We got this one on back. Headlights are working properly. Got over there. Flicking. Oh yeah, look at that. That's working. All right. Nothing? How about the other side? Is the other side on too? You want to attach this to your spark plug number 1. Here. There it is. It's on center, so we're gonna have to kick it up a little bit. So what this does, basically what this is a strobe light. Alright? So it gives you the ability to point down the strobe light into the engine, onto the harmonic balancer. On the engine block itself, there's a little plate. You can't really see it in here because we got no light, but in there is a little plate, and it just tells you where your timing is at. And I can be able to see what's going on. So the reason that it's attached to my number 1 cylinder is because it keeps in sync with the number 1 piston. Every time that piston hits, I should be able to see the mark down there at exactly the right time. And that's kind of how it works. So really what it is just a strobe light that slows everything down or speeds it up as how the engine runs. So that's how this works out. And there's an old one. This belonged to my dad. As you can tell, look, it's not even a snap-on, it's Sears. Yeah. Die hard. He got a new one. He gave me this one. Hand-me-downs. Tools. I got like 3 of these things. As a matter of fact, I have one for the vintage vehicles. The Rambler. So we got a dwell and tach clock, because those are running on points. So, bam, tach, dwell, point. So this is and then it goes with the matching set. Ooh, pretty, huh? One of the first series. Again, Sears, not Snap-on. When tools were made for men. Anyways, yeah. So Sears is no more. Snap-on continues. You know, so yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's what this little doohickey does. It's called a timing gun. Nowadays they're pretty fancy. They look like bananas or something real crazy. Like, I still like this. Makes it look like a 44 Magnum or some shit. Any which way, what it really does is just slows down enough for me to see where I need to have my timing at. So now that I've loosened up the distributor, I'm going to go ahead, fire it up again, and then just adjust here. We'll try to see if you guys could see actually what I'm looking at, but it's going to be pretty hard. I'm going to be honest with you. So far from what I see, it's at about right over the center mark, so it's probably at a 2. I'm going to take it up to 4 and see how she reacts, because then I may need to do some more adjustment on the carburetor as we go along. Well, the flat top on part, but if you go closer to the top, it's flattened out. And that's kind of where you want to be. But it's kind of hard to see through here. Center. Jesus. Yeah. This thing ain't moving. I see it. I guess I'll have to. We're just gonna put some of this in there. Hopefully it breaks free. It's really, really tight in there, man. So we can't really turn it, and I don't want to hit it hard and break it. And now I'm stuck without a vintage distributor. Blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna try and loosen it up and see if we can do the adjustment. Let's see if I can turn it back. There it goes. Yeah, it's moving. It's still really hard. So I mean, I'm gonna try and adjust as best I can. So I'm gonna take it back to TDC right there, right where the mark was at. I'm gonna fire her up and see how she does. I'm right at 4, I want to say. Down to almost nothing. So maybe if I put it around 5 or 6.
So why was it puttering?
Well, the puttering is pretty much that it was just a little bit ahead of timing. It was a little bit too fast. So it was just probably, it was running a little rich. We got to lean it down just a little bit. So, I mean, there's advantages to running rich. You know, you get a little bit more kick out of it, which is what it seems that they were using it, you know, just for fun. But for right now, he wanted me to just have it down, running smoothly so he can get back and forth to where he needs to get as far as his motorcycles and whatnot that he wants to do. How's it going? So now, what I have it right now, it's going to somewhat be economical. It's running at what it should be. And like I said, I'm going to kick it up to about 6 and see how it does. Alright, I move like a very little bit. But I can see the point where it should be. And I'm like right between 6 and 4. And I'm at a little bit over 4. Back. You can hear that puttering coming back. I'm going to shut it off, tighten it down, start it up again, see how she sounds, and then regulate that carb. So, what I was explaining to my cameraman here, my assistant, and sometimes our head builder from time to time, Mano Negra here, I was like, what has changed? He asked, like, hey, so what's really changed? What really changes is the idling that you could hear. It's going to be a smooth transition. If it's really off, it makes it really hard to shift into gear in this thing. It's a 3 on the tree. So, with that said, we have to have it just right, and again, economic-wise. But the thing that you could tell the change is you don't smell the fuel in the air anymore. It just smells like it's a running antique vehicle. So, you know, that's how you know you get it in. So right now, when I get the carburetor dialed in, I hope to get it just right. Damn you. I was trying to do it with my fingers, just getting it down, but damn it, it's hot in there. Alright, there we go. Oops, sorry guys. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. There we go. Alright, now that I got that pretty much set in, and if I look at it, see if I can get my long screwdriver here, guys. And my flashlight, be preset. Uh-oh, flashlight worked with me. So you see that little mark right there, and that little mark on the distributor right there, so that's where it was. So somebody had it preset, so it was running pretty lean, pretty rich. So I just kicked it back just a little bit, but even that much makes a difference. And then I still have a little bit more room to play with if I want to go up and get it a little bit faster. But at the same time, I'll have to readjust the carb and make sure that we're not burning totally down. this guy down quite a ways. So this is my idle speed. Yes, and this is exactly what you want to see, guys. Your exhaust. Once it starts coming out, I clear that off. It had a little bit of soot. But yeah, when the exhaust comes out, you're gonna see that nice and clear water. Well, not clear, but water. No black smoke. There's usually a shield that this guy sits into that collects the heat and brings it back up here. But it's not here. So we're gonna have to do without it. Like I said, this guy usually sits right in here on the manifold cover. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back. The smell of burning rich fuel is gone, so you can actually sit in the garage with it and let it run. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't do that. So right now we're gonna check this horn. It was working yesterday when we installed the steering wheel. But for some odd reason, when I install the horn now, you don't want to work. So this guy right here is a power probe, as we all know, those who do mess around with these things. And all we do is transfer power to something without having to go turn on the ignition. We go directly to the battery. There it is. Should be working. This works, so let's check our connector then. Like, I don't know. It's all coming from different places anyways. Well, we know it works. We're sending a signal just right now. Okay. There it is. So I guess I'll just dress it back up. All set up right. See what it does. We're good. I'm good with it. I'm sold. Now that we got this all figured out, now we know the horn's working, we were able to loosen up the distributor just a little bit and reset the timing down to where I want it. It sounds really good. I'm going to wait for it to cool off and then give it a cold start, see how she does. You know, maybe a little bit of further adjustment may be needed, but until then, I won't know until I get it started up and she's cold off. The inside, we put the horn in it. As you can tell, it's cheap stuff anyways. We're going to try and make it work with what it's got. At least the horn sounds. You know what I mean? So that's good. Now the only thing left to do is to do the rear window and the window sills on the doors. And then she's good to go. Now I got to find those. So, anybody knows where I can find them really cheap, let me know. Hit us up on our YouTube page. This is a 1975 Ford F-150 Just it's like a little Ranger. It doesn't have anything special. It's got the V8 in there. Roll up windows. It's all manual. It's got no automatic stuff. So I mean no power stuff. So it's all manual stuff. So all those little felts and windows and trims. I'm gonna go online and see where I can find it too. But I do not want to deal with CJ Pony. So that being said, guys, I want to thank everybody on our Facebook page. Remember, guys, if you're out there looking for a Fox body, go ahead and jump on our Facebook page, man. We post them just about every day. All cars, all different, all different prices from 1,000 down to up to about 20 grand. So you find one that suits you, go ahead and pick it up, man. Keep the community going, keep it solid, keep it clean. I want to thank everybody on our Instagram. Hey, go on there, check out the pictures, and then from there you can go ahead and jump onto our YouTube channel. Guys, thanks everybody on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes. If you know anybody that this content can help them, go ahead, pass it on, man. Give it to them. That's hopefully that they can get their car up and running too. We're not pulling any punches here, man. Trying to be as transparent as possible, like my favorite color, clear. Hey, you guys stay cool, man. Next 2 videos coming up. Remember to subscribe.